Yes. Merci beaucoup.
Victor Osimhen galibiyet üçlü sonda. Taraftarıyla galibiyetin sevincini böyle yaşıyor Victor Osimhen. 40 yıllık Galatasaraylı gibi gitti. Galatasaray bayrağını aldı orada. Daha dün geldi, bugün bayrak Victor Osimhen'in elinde. İşte şu anda Victor Osimhen tribünde taraftarın yanına gitti. Ultras'tan içinde Victor Osimhen işte
All right. So we got the moment the legend himself, JJ Okocha, walked into the Super Eagles locker room, congratulating them for their win against Ivory Coast. Big, big win. Of course, he had a couple of other moments with the team. This was after the match against Equatorial Guinea, and this dinner right here before this match against Ivory Coast. But now he comes in after their first win of the competition. You can see everybody light up once he walks into the room. So I feel like this is something we definitely need to keep going right here because he has a nice effect on.
Bravo.
Bravo. Çok güzel.
Yes. Merci beaucoup. Bravo.
Bravo. Çok güzel.
Yes. Merci beaucoup.
Victor Osimhen galibiyet üçlü sonda. Taraftarıyla galibiyetin sevincini böyle yaşıyor Victor Osimhen. 40 yıllık Galatasaraylı gibi gitti. Galatasaray bayrağını aldı orada. Daha dün geldi, bugün bayrak Victor Osimhen'in elinde. İşte şu anda Victor Osimhen tribünde taraftarın yanına gitti. Ultras'tan içinde Victor Osimhen işte gerçekten de tarihi görüntüler. Victor Osimhen galibiyet üçlü sonda. Taraftarıyla galibiyetin sevincini böyle yaşıyor Victor Osimhen. 40 yıllık Galatasaraylı gibi gitti. Galatasaray bayrağını aldı orada. Daha dün geldi, bugün bayrak Victor Osimhen'in
Okay, that's just what it is. How loved, how he can be when you talk about Victor Osimhen, and people love him very well. We know the story about Victor right now. You can talk about Victor oftentimes in Turkey. Some like to call it Turkey. He's that big at this point in time. You already know Victor Osimhen is like the next big thing. I'm not surprised to see people begin to ask questions and say, who is this guy? Formerly Ballon d'Or number 8. And currently, at this point in time, the question is, would he be making a move away from the club, or would he be joining Chelsea come the transfer window? But I don't think that would be happening. Now, anyways, good morning. Many thanks for joining us this beautiful morning in the city of Lagos, Nigeria. This is the Sports Republic Show, and I remain your host. You already know my name is Kizike. Okay, did you know that every day, just as every day goes by, I'm always in shock? Like, I ask myself questions like, what would happen if we miss out of the World Cup? What if we miss out of the World Cup? What will the NFF do? What if we get a foreign coach and yet we don't qualify for the World Cup? These are the questions I'm asking, like I ask myself every day. I don't want to talk about the parts where Nigerians, sports presenters, personalities like radio, TV presenters, how they would be feeling if such a thing happens again. Like, if it happens again. Now, okay, let's do a quick throwback. The last time we missed out of the World Cup, did you remember that our qualifiers, let me just do a throwback a little one, that our game, that our qualifiers in Abuja against Ghana, that I said Ozoho State owes me explanation. Well, just in case you've forgotten, let us bring you that memories one more time. That memory, just one more time. Just see for yourself what happened, how Nigeria loving football fans, what they did to our stadium. The last time we missed out of the World Cup, just watch this video. Just see the vandalizing for yourself. Enjoy this. Okay, so you can see for yourself, this happened in Abuja some years ago, and then you begin to say, how does this work? Are we going to make it to the World Cup or not? This one is just how millions of Nigerians, because let's go there for the back, how they feel at this point in time. This is just like, I'm not supporting it. It's wrong. It was bad. We are not encouraging it. It's bad. Violation, there's no room for violation in sports, in football to be exact to say. We are not supporting it, but that's just how bad it looked the last time we missed out of the World Cup in Qatar, just 2 years ago. And at this point in time, you begin to say, what are we going to do next? Which way Nigeria? Someone sang that song, Sonia Koso. Now, let's do another throwback, like sad moments, okay? Because the last time I saw strange, bitter faces, demoralizing, and then frustrating mood was earlier this year when the Super Eagles lost to the host nation, the Ivorians. Do you remember what happened in Ivory Coast? I'm not talking about the political things that happened during the Nations Cup. No, I'm talking about when Pesero led Nigeria to the final. A lot of people said we didn't play well, our games are not good, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, blah, whatever. You know, that's a question. But enjoy this one. Is he enjoying? Just see their sad faces. Just see them. See how they diverse. Just see their faces. The last time. Just see. You will see for yourself that the guys were so upset. Their faces was not even, just watch this. Look at their faces. Bring it full so we can see that. Just see for yourself how this was the part where it looked like we're, okay, look at these faces now, watch. See. You can see. AFCON. The result did not end in favor of Nigeria. Look how frustrated they are. Encouragement. And they're going to encourage themselves. You can see. One body demoralized. Ihanacho almost crying like a baby. That's those guys. You see. I don't want to talk about this moment, but just see for yourself. You see their faces. This happened. This one just happened not long. It was the Nations Cup that was meant to be played when? For 2024. Maybe 2023, sorry. But we know what happened, the weather, the climate, and the rest of that. And you saw those faces. If you see those people face, you could see them in the verse. And I was in that setup. We saw him. Now, and in that same tournament, they had good moments. They had good time. One of the times that they had that was very nice was when legendary JJ Okocha visited the camp. Watch how much we respect legends. I must say this. Okocha visited the camp, and then a lot of people were standing. I mean, they just stood up. They literally stood up for him. And it was a good moment, even though we lost. Just watch this one too. He visited the camp, and then Okocha was just out there, and he was just... People were happy to see him. I don't know if you have the clip already. We could bring you that one. JJ Okocha storming the Eagles camp in Ivory Coast, and everybody was just like, Okocha don't come. That's the good moment in that Nations Cup, because people likes him very well. And when it came in, and then you begin to say, okay, I don't know why that's not coming up. Possibly we can say the network thing. Now, that Nations Cup was not that bad, though. Did you know that in that same Nations Cup, Napoli fans visited Africa because of Osimhen? I might not say just Osimhen, because Anguissa also was part of that one, but Osimhen was the biggest player at that point in time. If we have that video again, let's bring you that one. Napoli fans visiting Africa for Osimhen. Okay, feels like that's it. You can see Napoli fans having a chit-chat with Victor Osimhen, and you can see how happy they are coming to Africa just to see Osimhen. You know, when I say we talk to Osimhen too big, Osimhen this one, Osimhen is that big. Like at this point in time, you already know Victor Osimhen is big. He's big. But I just would want to get that other video. Let's go to that one. I don't know if it's ready. Where Okocha stormed the camp in Ivory Coast. I like to see that. Watch this one. JJ standing. That's JJ appreciating everyone. And then the ovation started. Everyone was just going up. And then Okocha is in camp. This is the touching one. Just, you know, nephew Omerua, you know, having a chit-chat. I made Musa the skipper. And then he had to sit down. And he had a chit-chat with the boys, the guys. He told them, we always want to talk now normally. But then our business, they talk. We don't know now because now Igbo connection. We don't know. Even though we know the Delta story. But he grew in Enugu, if you know his story well, back in the days, Rangers. So this was when JJ Okocha stormed the Super Eagles camp. Okay, now, another one again is more like a throwback show, the good mood of the Nations Cup. But before we start off the show properly, lastly, let's do another throwback. We'll bring you this one. Alex, if you're ready for me, this one comes with the voice, you know. When we lost out in the last 2 years, like not like the recent one, the last Nations Cup, we lost out. Don't forget it was still a Guavon in that very one. He had his way. He always have his way. We'll bring it, just hold on. I know the guys behind the scene cannot wait to bring that full so we can start from afresh when he talks. See, Guavon himself, he knows how to motivate people. If like say it's inside in DNA, he motivated the players. He called a lot of big names at that point. It was a match of panic, you know. When we lost out of the Nations Cup, I think it was a bronze. This video I bring you is like a throwback. So you see how Iguawa has, this same Iguawa I'm talking about, how he was motivating the team at that point. And this same Iguawa I'm talking about is the man still in charge. He's still the technical director. A lot of people are saying he has nothing to lose. Even if he goes out of job, take him off and bring in Siasia. Because as it stands now, we learn according to report, I'll bring you that one where the recent Super Eagles players are clamoring, telling the NFF what they think, how they feel. We learned that according to report. But watch this video. We'll be back shortly to continue the show. Keep watching. Sound.
No doubt about it. Yeah. But human being proposes and God is. I've decided on behalf of the entire crew just to have a word with you guys. Because I'm traveling back this evening and we might not have the opportunity to gather. Because a lot of people were making plans to return back to their clubs as quickly as possible to go about your business. It's just to show appreciation to you guys and, of course, the backroom staff. What we've been hearing about you guys before now turned out to be wrong. because you guys have displayed professionalism, big time. Commitment, togetherness, the love, the passion, the dedication, everything put together, nothing is missing at all. So I want to say congratulations for your performance, but we were striving for something, but we couldn't get it. It's one of those things in life. It's very painful to exit the tournament in the round of 16. Caliber of players that we have. But my joy is that at least we're able to impact something. And the response from you guys also is amazing. This morning, I got a call from the Honorable Minister, and he's told me to just let you guys know that you shouldn't bury your head down, heads up. He's very satisfied with the performance so far. The President also called me, Amaju Pinnick. The General Secretary called me. Barrister Kiwumi called me. Sheodiko called me. And Fresh called me. In fact, the people that matters actually. I'm not saying there are people that doesn't matter, but these are primary actors when it comes to administration. For them to still believe in this thing, I think is a plus. Now we'll be traveling back home, and then we'll go about our own business. I want to urge you, you will hear some negative things, you hear some positive things. It is normal in life. For whatever God, human being proposes and God is. I've decided on behalf of the entire crew just to have a word with you guys. Because we're traveling back this evening and we might not have the opportunity to gather. Because a lot of people were making plans to return back to their clubs as quickly as possible to go about your business. It's just to show appreciation to you guys and, of course, the backroom staff. What we've been hearing about you guys before now turned out to be wrong. Because you guys have displayed professionalism, big time. Commitment, togetherness, the love, the passion, the dedication, everything put together, nothing is missing at all. So I want to say congratulations for your performance, but we were striving for something, but we couldn't get it. It's one of those things in life. It's very painful to exit the tournament in the round of 16. Caliber of players that we have. But my joy.
He knows it has a sound. That's just what it is. And I just could not wait. And I said, sound! Sound! We need that sound so we can hear from Igonvo. See, in Nigeria, we have to motivate ourselves normally. That one. Nations Cup, don't go lose. Now, this is just like a throwback. But let's get started now. Let's get properly into the talk point, the Super Eagles saga. Now, I'll be asking this question because I have my guest right here to dissect this with me. And also, please, you can join me on YouTube as well. Please, I would love to get your comments so it doesn't feel like we are just alone doing this. I'd love to get your comments so we can have a chit-chat. Trust me, I always have to read your comments live right here on the show. Already before we get started, I can see this one. Olugben Gabamidele is saying, this game against Rwanda in Kigali, he's already talking about it just in March. And he said, if Eagles don't win, if now before I go say God forbid, I know they believe in God forbid. Now before they do that, God forbid. I don't know if it works. I'm just saying I believe in grace, but I don't know for God forbid. Now, he said, if Super Eagles don't win, let me tell you how Angola and Rwanda game in 2006. Okay, like a throwback. He said, Rwanda sold the game to allow Angola to qualify now. He said something about South African Colonia in GP. Olugbenga, I see you, but I'd love you to explain this like you shed more light from me, for us. A lot of people are watching us so we can know. What do you mean? I don't know. I don't know about it. They say match. You say? I don't hear you. You said they said the match. Wait, because that's what you said. Like, it's on the comment. You said it. You can tell us more. Nobody will come give you government bango. Just tell us more. If they say match so that we can know more. And also, Our real case says, God forbid, Siasia, Nigerians and sentiment. You don't want Siasia. Let's get started quickly. Ikechukwu, let's go to the point. Welcome. Great to have you on the show this morning.
Good morning, Kizzy, and good morning to our viewers.
Yes. The first one I'll be asking you, what if we don't make it to the World Cup 2026? What happens?
Everyone will not fall. Everyone will not fall.
Really?
It's not the first time.
It's not. Are you now used to it? You want me to happen again? You say it's not.
I'm just saying.
You want it to
Like,
happen.
what happens?
I don't know. You are sounding like
The first time it happened,
Okay.
did we take any measure to stop it from happening again? No. Did we set up a project that will ensure that henceforth Nigeria will not miss the World Cup or miss a World Cup at the senior level?
Right.
No. So what happens? If it happens again, business as usual, everybody goes back to business.
But would you like to see it happen? No, of course.
No, of course.
I'm asking for you now.
But that's the truth. I wouldn't want to see that happen, but I'm so used to it. If it happens, I'll just enjoy the World Cup.
This you're used to it and I know they like. What do you mean you're used to
I'm
it?
being very honest here. I mean, trust me, if it happens today, most Nigerians will not really feel bad. Because it's not the first time.
Well, is it that we are getting used to failure?
Yes, now. Absolutely. Just like Arsenal fans. I mean, not winning the title is...
They will come for you.
Let them come. But the truth is, not winning the title is not really... It's not much of a big deal for them. It's not like they don't want to win it, but if they don't win it...
So I asked you this question. I recall I asked you on radio yesterday, and I looked at your face and I asked you this one, not about being sentimental. Let me say it again. Do you see Super Eagles making it to the World Cup?
Yeah, of course. Still very much possible. Very, very possible. It's still wide open. Every team in our group, none is bigger than us. We just need to do the right thing.
What's the right thing?
Get a good manager, get the boys together, and let them bring their A game.
Who is a good manager? Do you have any manager in mind?
Like I said,
Because we are saying Siasia now. Siasia done everywhere. I'll talk about Siasia now. Who's a good manager for you?
there are lots of good managers in Europe, scattered in Europe.
Europe.
Yes.
Europe.
Yes.
Not local.
But
coach.
if we say local, Siasia is an upgrade to what we have.
Okay, now let's talk about this one, coaching problem. We learned that the Super Eagles, some players are actually trying to tell the NFF what to do or what not to do. We need a disciplinarian. We don't need a tactician. So not like we don't need a tactician. Tactician is not enough, but we need that disciplinarian. That's what. The last time we had one was, I think it was a Clement Heston Westerhoff. I think Keshi was also like that. Siasia also was like that. But let me ask you this one now. Would it be right for the players to advise, I'm just saying, the NFF, the body governing them, on what to do? I'm just saying.
It's still very surprising that, the players are actually the ones saying this. Still very much surprising because, I mean, if you are a supervisor, which the NFF is, you should be able to spot where your weakness is. You should be able to spot why things is going wrong.
Is it wrong for the players? I'm asking you that question. Is it wrong?
No, I think they're actually doing it because of the love they have for the team. They feel they are not regarding or respecting the man in charge. You understand?
Right.
And they know that one of the things that makes a team work is absolute respect for leadership and hierarchy.
Yeah.
If you don't respect your leader, it's more, it's more like, anything goes. And they don't want that. They want to see the team succeed. That's why they're actually saying it.
Yeah.
So my own cross of this whole, the issue I have with this conversation is that if the NFF, being the supervisor of the team, are not able to spot the fact that the coaches that they've been bringing so far are not the ones that can actually lead the boys. Because one thing is paramount when it comes to team or football is the fact that leadership should not be, joked with. You need a man who can actually lead the team. That's why even a good team with a good coach, they still need a good leader on the pitch.
Yeah.
Even if the leader is not really at the level of the players when it comes to talent, they need somebody who can actually rally around the boys and then push them to the edge.
Okay.
So if you don't have a leader in your team or as a coach, it becomes a problem because human beings naturally are very difficult to control.
Okay, so let me just quickly do this one. I love to do this because I like to do some throwback, more like a throwback show. You can say Throwback Wednesday. Like I said, I don't like to say, I don't know, questions will be asked. Did you see the USA 94 Nations, Tunisia 94 and the World Cup? Questions will be asked because I can tell you everything that happened vividly. I can tell you for 1980 as well. They'll be asking questions like, Kizike, were you born at that point? But let's bring you some pictures while we talk about disciplinarian. One man I worked with and I respect a lot, Clement Hendrik Westerhoff. We'll bring you his picture right now. Like, I love him so much. He's a Nigerian. He loves Nigeria. See, inside in blood there, not beside to tell you, now waiting tell me. He tells me. He said, I'm like a Nigerian. Nigerian is what he calls himself. Let's get it full. Look at the throwback. Look at one of the throwback. Look at this love. You can see Westerhoff, Benedict George. Look at, okay, let's get more. Let's just get more of him. We can't get enough of this man, sincerely. You go see, come on that coaching problem, and I see, you know, this one get, oh, God. See, I beg him now, they watch, hey, get it to some see, that one, we say they down, if you know his name, that's what we'll give him a gift. Who be that guy? Where they down? And now we can't do it, be like the video, who be that one, but I know you already know Peter Rafai is just somewhere close, and that's a guavon. If they say guavon, fine boy, will not get pimple, even they put pattern, if you not give him pattern, not go agree. Look at him, those years, they play with chain. With necklace, yes. You can play with the necklace. Yes. Yeah, Amokachi likes it a lot. Look at the love of how these guys are. Okay, see, can we ever have the 94 set again?
We can't. It's all about leadership. It's all about the man who.
But the mentality of this man, Westerhoff.
That's the thing. We can have somebody with this kind of mentality, and he's going to change the mentality in the room. It's all about leadership. If you have the right man in the job, it's going to change because these guys actually played like a family.
Right.
They didn't just play for themselves.
Yeah.
We have about at least 6 players in that squad, that 94 to 98 squad, that are fit to be the best player in Africa.
Yeah, you can say
we had the likes of Taribo West. You know, he was one time the top 3. JJ Okocha.
Right. What's that? You're talking about set or just
talking about that group from 94 to 98.
Okay, all right.
We have about 6 of them. Amunike, Rashidi,
can say that.
All of them.
George, the rest of them.
You know, these guys are superstars in their own right, but then they came to the team and they worked as a family. It's because of one man who they all adore and respect. Yeah. So it's all about leadership. If you can have the right leader, steer the boat, these guys will actually come together and play as a team too.
So you see it possible?
Very possible. It's just about getting right.
Do you have a best coach so far that have managed? Okay, let's say best foreign coach so far.
I think it's still very much.
Westerhoff. Yeah. What about for local coaches that have managed Nigeria? Your best?
I think it's late Stephen Keshi.
Okay, let's quickly get to my producer Ikechukwu. My producer Ikechukwu. Let's get to his WhatsApp now. Let's get deep to his WhatsApp because if I check his WhatsApp a lot, he talks about Siasia, and I don't know why. Now the question out there remains. He's the most wanted. When I started this show, I recall, let me even go back to that comment again. Let me call his name so he knows we are saying his comment. Keep your comments coming as well. I'd love to get them. One of the last time we had this show, a lot of comments. But Real K said a word. He said, God forbid, Siasia. Because I'm asking now, can Siasia save the Super Eagles? Can Siasia save Nigeria Super Eagles? Is the question. Now, he said here, God forbid, Siasia, Nigerians and sentiments. So, I don't get Siasia is not working for him.
Fine, I understand. And I don't get where the God forbid is coming from. I don't even get where the word sentiment is even coming from. But then perhaps if he explains better, we'll get to understand it.
Okay.
But then for Siasia as a coach, right? If you look at his antecedents as a coach of the Super Eagles,
right?
As the coach of Nigerian team from the under-20
one-time coach,
yes. You want to say, okay, this guy. See, there's something about Siasia that Nigerian likes, and I'll tell you, it is the same thing about Pasero that Nigerians don't like.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you look at the both of them, Siasia has never taken the Super Eagles to the Nations Cup final before.
Right.
Pasero took us to the finals.
Right.
On his first attempt, right? On his first job attempt, actually. Now, the difference is Pasero played in a way Nigerians don't like. We don't like to be boxed. We don't like to see ourselves defending and struggling against teams.
We should be dominating possession.
Yes. Now, Nigerians don't really mind losing a game. We just want to see beautiful football. And that's one thing that Siasia offers that no other coach has handled the Super Eagles, except for Stephen Keshi. Because I saw that in him in that 2013 AFCON winning team. Apart from that, I don't think there's any man. And that's why the Nigerians were complaining against. You see, Siasia lost it. Eguavono lost it, not when he lost in Uyo. He lost it against the Cheetahs of Benin Republic.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that was when I just had complained. What kind of game is this?
Okay, well, it was shown. That
yes,
exactly.
I
don't want to say it does not have a star.
No, see.
But does he have a star? Were you impressed? Because
I wasn't impressed.
You get one time we no lie now.
No, I wasn't impressed.
Not the lie.
No, that particular game.
You get one time maybe you call the hype now.
Wait,
even me,
before that game.
See, not anybody.
Wait,
not the laugh. Not anybody.
Wait,
see, wait first, man. I tell you, you can well confuse me small. I tell you, look, I come here. I was quite impressed. I was impressed. Let me give him his flowers.
See,
but
his cover.
We needed some things that
the whole thing about Eguavoen came to light in that game. Nigerians knew that, okay, these guys should be more relaxed. Let's enjoy the game. We've qualified before that game. You remember these guys played all a draw, right?
Yeah.
In that game. So we've qualified. Now, that Citizens of Benin game was a dead rubber. Just enjoy the game. We were struggling. I mean, we used our best legs in that game. So it was in the last games that we actually, changed the squad. So Nigerians were so pissed.
Okay, how time flies. Let's really talk about what's next for Super Eagles. Should Siasia combine with Eguavoen? That's the one that looks like the latest. We are asking you this question this beautiful Wednesday morning in the city of Lagos, Nigeria, depending on where you're watching from. Do you want a combination? Some are saying, if not Siasia, please leave Eguavoen. Some are saying, or better still, get us a foreign coach. A class, not B class. But that's with Nigeria, we they like to manage. C, D class coach, we they manage them. No need to the get. First, you get here, you do like this. Now you both join. But I'm just saying, can Siasia save Nigeria? That's one question we ask. Now, what's next again? Should we have this combination? They both played together. They were teammates. They loved themselves. I would say, I'm not there for backyard. Commenting if they happen. I think there's so much that we don't even know that we think we know. NFF in quote. I tell you this. That's what I think. Let me just think. Not saying our VOP now they think. Not be voice of people. Not TV now. I mean just the think. As they present our website, they work for inside here. I'm thinking combination. Will it work?
They're a family. I really cannot say if it will work because they're a team. They actually played together in the same era. And then again, it's all about one person stepping down for the other. And I don't know if Eguavoen will find it cool. So this is a very big question. But I know that Samson Siasia's assistant that he's really been using was a Dutchman, Kaluka. I don't know if he's going to bring Kaluka back.
Of course, you would want to work with him again.
Because he's a Dutchman, like, West said we need a Dutch. See, Nigerians play that Dutch football.
And there's a similarity between Dutch and the Belgians.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Now, that problem of, how we play will be easily solved. I don't know, Siasia is, Eguavoen brings a lot into the team as well, in terms of stability, and actually the boys actually respect him. But then, leading the boys over the line, I don't know, I think there's this sense of, comfortability around him. They don't want to go over the edge for him, or perhaps maybe he's lacking tactically in some areas. That's where the role of assistant manager comes in.
Right.
His assistants are actually people who are Nigerian. Of course, we want to say one of them is the defending champion of the Nigerian League. But then, how much of of an upgrade is he going to be? Because across the world, even in Europe, you see the assistant managers are actually quality managers who has actually experienced it at the highest level, be it as a player or as a coach.
Right. So,
if we want to take the Super Eagles to the next level, we are going to the World Cup. We are going to play against champions. We are going to play against big teams in Europe. We need a manager in that mode, in that light.
Okay. Keep your comments coming. Beautiful people out there watching us live on YouTube, Voice of the People TV. Let me quickly get some comments I have here. Olubenga Bamidele is also talking about this. He said, Rwanda lost at home to Angola by a goal when Super Eagles pumped Zimbabwe 5-1 at home. And now, Lesotho, Zimbabwe, Rwanda from that region are in Super Eagles group. So if care is not taken, they can close eye. Then he went on by saying, Siasia can do it. Let's talk about this now. Why does our football leaders, in quotes, who are our leaders, the NFF, why does our football, this is like a question, if you tell me, or maybe I don't know, why does our football leaders want a foreign coach so bad? If you say they hold us like this, I'm watching this now, that my mic fit or not, my guy for back, Paul fit tell me say, now you will go home, my doing like this. Normally, but I'm just asking, why does our leaders, our football leaders, our what they Ibrahim Musa, all the Sanusi, all those big names they did there, all those NFF people will be say, I leave man like that because my mouth not good. I feel talk now, they feel can carry me because the other time when I talk, they say that they find me for Abuja. My mouth not too good, you know, but my just keep on one side. But why does our football leaders want a foreign coach so bad? We need them.
It's the same reason the Brazilian national team under Ronaldo Alima, if he wins, because he's campaign that he's going to bring in Pep Guardiola. It's the same reason why the English national team were trying to cut Pep Guardiola. Everybody wants the best man for the job. They see their team as a big team. They need the best coach for the job. Now, if the Super Eagles must excel, we must bring the best man for the job. It's not even a Nigerian thing. This is why I was saying that the Super Eagles, our coaches, our local coaches, needs to really upgrade themselves.
Yeah.
We want to see, just imagine a Nigerian is the coach of Bayern Munich like Vincent Kompany. Just imagine it. We want to see in Nigeria, even if it's just managing Sporting Lisbon or Braga, let's see this in gang. These teams get to that level. Then we'll know, okay, we have somebody in that level. Somebody who can actually do the job. Like, you see, when you get to that level, you start, tactically, you face top managers. You pick from, their games, how you fared against them.
Right.
This is exactly one of those things that improves. But when you come week in, week out, play against managers who, relatively you are better than in your league, there's really no room for improvement. Rather, those ones that you are better than improves because they get something from you.
Okay. All right, Ikechukwu, I know you've got a lot to talk about this, but let's go on a quick break. But I'll be signing out our guest on the show at this point. When I return, the show continues. Ikechukwu, thank you so much for doing this with me.
Thank you.
I appreciate you. I'd like to ask you again quickly, can Nigeria make it to the World Cup?
Absolutely.
We can?
Yes.
We will?
Yes.
We can?
We should. We should.
All right, thank you so much. That's Ikechukwu, the Oracle on radio. For the TV, we'll still give him one name. But let's quickly go on a break. A quick one. When we return, it will be time for us to talk about our living legends of 1994 and how they have impacted our league, the MPFL, Nigerian Premier Football League. Yet, no Super Eagles coaching job after a while. I'm just saying. But we go on a break. When we go on a break, we bring you a clip, just a short one, and after that, we just bring you some Nigerian old throwback. But that will not be long. We'll be coming back very soon. Just see this for yourself. Final go talk so for yourself. Now, within Nigerian'S, they cause presenter go do mistakes, solve for yourself, all joint, now PG for make sense. But now English with the talk. See for yourself, what happened in Abuja the last time we missed out of the World Cup 2022 in Qatar? We'll be back shortly. Please stay with us. Come back from the quick break. Welcome back from that quick break. Let's talk more on the show now. Football development is what we'll be talking about. And let me give respect to who it's due. Let's talk about the 1994 class of Super Eagles as face of the MPFL. No disrespect to the 1980 Nations Cup winners, no. But what's special about the 1994 set of people? They are regarded as the golden generation of Nigerian footballers. for their dominant display that culminated in winning the country's second African Cup of Nations, the title at Tunisia 94, and significantly qualifying the USA, qualifying Nigeria for the USA 94. You see, I brought that picture for you where you saw their coach. Who is their coach? Clemens Hendrik Westerhoff. He took us to the 1994 FIFA World Cup. Now, following their retirement from the game that brought them fame and fortune, many of the 1994 class of Super Eagles have since turned their full attention to coaching. If I talk, we'll how they talk. As at 1998, France won the World Cup. If you look at, if you see that this kind of politics they happen for like France 98, those guys, it happens in Brazil. Now Ronaldo de Lima Nazario is going to contest. He wants to win something for himself. I won't be surprised later on in the nearest future, Neymar will contest. You know, for 1998, those France 98 set other than Laurent Blanc, other than Deschamps, other than Karen Bue, other than Lizarazu, other than Zidane. If you watch it, they just rotate. They just don't want it to go with that circle. Now, from late boss of blessed memory Stephen Keshi to Austin Eguavon, to Siasia and Sondolise, who have served turns with Nigeria men's national team, the Super Eagles, there is a new band from the 1994 class of Super Eagles that is holding their own fort in the Nigerian Premier Football League NPFL today. Now, on the show today, let's recount the achievements of those who have previously handled the Super Eagles and further x-rays how well the NPFL Crusaders are currently faring on the domestic football scene. And now, let's start with the first man I have, Stephen Keshi. They call him Stephen Okechukwu Keshi. He was so good, a disciplinarian. He was so good that he was renamed the stadium in Asaba, because I know Asaba very well, Delta State, big South, you know. The stadium in Asaba was renamed after him. Now, I'm talking about late Stephen Keshi, who is regarded as a pace setter of some sort in the annals of Nigerian football. He blazed the trail of exodus of Nigerian footballers to Europe to the 1990s. He was the leader of the team as the Super Eagles dominated the continent by winning the AFCON title at 1994, that's Tunisia, and rolled to their maiden appearance at the USA 94 World Cup. The big boss himself, you can see him, the man who said Nigel Abolu, is late today. I respect him a lot. That's the man. These guys are teammates. Amokachi was assistant in 2013. This is like the 2013 throwback picture. I respect him a lot. He's late today. The big boss, as he was so nicknamed, was the Flying Eagles coach of the... See, you go be like saying, did you know show? So I can't say I don't know, and I'm going to know today. If you know it, kudos to you. He was so nicknamed the big boss. And then he was the Flying Eagles coach to the 2001 Africa Youth Championship in Angola before he was trusted with the Super Eagles assignment that won the 20... I do mistake, I'm going to carry my bell come. He won the 2013 AFCON in South Africa. He also qualified Togo for their historic debut, World Cup, and worked thereafter with Mali too, apart from the 2013 AFCON triumph. Stephen Okechukwu Keshi also led the Chan Eagles to a bronze medal finish in South Africa. The following year, Keshi was also the head coach of the Super Eagles to the 2014 FIFA World Cup in Brazil. He did not coach any club on the Nigerian scene. That's about Stephen Keshi. I respect him. He don't do one side. You know, when I had Ikechukwu one of the days, Ikechukwu, the guest I just got off, he said something to me. He said that we Nigerians have not done enough to get out there. We should be managing other African countries, at least the managed countries. We know these guys that I'm talking about have tested some of those things. Let's talk about number 2. Augustine Eguavon. Some people, they ask me for my DM, say, is it Austin Eguavon or Augustine Eguavon? Call anyone or join. We know. Now, currently heading the Nigerian technical department, because in Nigeria, they see this kind of thing. Technical department, best way they head technical department, don't become coach. Since they call it interim, but I see they there. Okay. He's currently heading the technical department of the Nigerian Football Federation, NFF. He oversees all national teams in the country. But Cerezo, that's his nickname, is undoubtedly one of the 1994 class of Super Eagles that have, had long stints in the national team setup, even though not too long, Sha. He was a coach of the Golden Eaglets to the 2003 FIFA Under-17 World Cup in Finland, and also led the national Under-23, that's the Chan Eagles. Mean I not say don't take away Guava on the year, not say you say Guava just come. Now, having the 4-time spell with the Super Eagles, having coached the national team first between 2005 and 2007, as well as acting in being the capacity on this one in 2020, and also interim basis between 2021 and 2022, when he failed to qualify the team for the Qatar 2022 World Cup after losing the final. That was a playoff against the Black Stars of Ghana. He also took the Super Eagles to deceive, by crashing out. I mean, I don't want to sound this way, but that's what it looks like. In the round of 16, despite winning at all first round of matches. I don't know how that it happened. We win all the matches for group stage. As we just come out. If you see the shot, when I'm now Tunisia boy, not Morocco, not Tunisia boy now. Tunisia boy. I don't forget that guy name that time. If you see shot, that shot, people they blame keeper. Me, I can't blame them because they don't close that gap. I saw that game very well. I zoom and where. When we talk about Iguavon, people will remember him for those past. Now, Iguavon is currently handling the Super Eagles after taking over the reins of the team after his former teammate, Finidi George, stepped down on the just, that's like a rule, he did not do well, we know. Now, on the domestic scene, let's talk about Iguavon. I not say, I still give some respect, because sometimes, you need to, not say sometimes, you need to give respect to who supposed to get her, to who it's due. Let's talk about him. On the domestic scene, Iguavon has, at various times, handled a string of clubs, including Bendel Insurance, COD United, Gombe United, Sunshine Stars, and Eyimba International Football Club, with whom he helped to the Federation title in 2009. If you ever get level, what could even happen to him? It's some kind of level. It's not 60% CV. This CV is supposed to manage even if Rwanda, just talk. Now, let me leave it aside. Let's talk about the man people are saying yes, and some are saying no. Coach Samson Siasia. I don't know if I'll be able to finish all of this, but let's talk about Siasia. Siasia is another 1994 class of the Super Eagles 2 who led the Flying Eagles on the 23 team and the Super Eagles. I mean, he won a silver medal with the Flying Eagles at the 2005 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Netherlands after emerging as the CAF Under-20 Nations Cup in Benin Republic earlier that same year. Now, that's what he did. Now, the World Cup, Siasia is just one man everybody is knowing, and they call him the very big name. He also won a bronze medal for Nigeria with the Under-23 national team at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games in Brazil. He later coached the Super Eagles, not short time in 2016, albeit without a success. Following the resignation of Sunday Olise, Siasia coached Heartland and led them to the CAF Champions League competition in 2010. He was also reported, being called out by Mighty Jets of Jos, who are in the Nigerian National League, which is in the second tier of the Nigerian League, that's the NNL, but nothing concrete has come out of it at that point. That's the man people want. I want Siasia. He's my friend though. Maybe tomorrow if he bring Throwback, when we bring him here, I brought him here. We had him here. VOP TV, we brought him here. We had him here. We spoke with him extensively. I had a radio show with him as well. So, may not like say if I say no or yes, will I say I don't like him or not? I'm just going to say the way it is. Let's talk about Sunday Olise. Wrapping up. Sunday Olise, another member of the 1994 Super Eagles, returned to the same team in 2015 as a coach. He was seen then as the Pep Guardiola of Nigerian football, as coined by former Nigerian Football Federation President Amaju Pinnick at that point. But he left unceremoniously as head coach in 2016 after failing with the Chan Eagles in Rwanda and also on the verge of not qualifying Nigeria for the 2017 AFCON in Equatorial Guinea. Now, the last man I should talk about before I leave the show, I might not just be able to go on and on and on and give you all of those guys, but the big names you already know. We had Ike Showroom also in the news. Showroom missed out of the 1994 World Cup by the whiskers of Clement Hester Westerhoff, saying, no, you're not the best man for this job. We prefer the Peter Rufai, Willie Agbopere, that's late man, a lawyer's argo, they call him. But then, It's just that so big to talk about. I might not really go into detail about this one. We already have that Sunday list on the screen. I talk with this now, and I go bring. I talk showroom now. I bring this, but oh, Jane, I too like this. I know my guy, my cousin. We know this story, but that's just what it is. I might not go into detail about all these guys, but we also have one man again. Finidi Georges is in the story. All of those guys, they did so well. Amokachi is also in the story because of time frame. We have the midday news coming up for 12, so I just need to go. But Amonike also is in the news. There are so many of them, but we need to go. It's time. Please, let's go. We do this tomorrow when we return. The Sports Republic Show will come your way right here on the best place to be. We are Voice of the People TV, and this is the show that gives you that, that edge. Bring it on. Let's just keep your comments coming. I'll bring you tomorrow on the show when I return. Thank you to everyone behind the scene who has kept it cool, and also shout out to you watching from, I don't know where you're watching from anywhere. Thank you so much. I will do this again with you. I will remain your host. My name is Kizzy K, and I'm the only football player without a jersey. Tomorrow, 11 a.m. Nigerian time. I'll see you.